get together, right? It's like Friendsgiving plus the wine. It's good people, good food, good conversation, and excellent wine, which brings us to this portion of our, I don't know what to call this program. This is our gathering, let's be real. This is the gathering. We all know each other. Even if you don't know me, I'll introduce myself to those who don't know me. I'm Shulie Gibson, and I met Chrissy for Chrissy's friend. I met Chrissy through my friend Amy. Amy Taylor is Ram Fam, and she is the producer of the Speaking Podcast. She's like a behind-the-scenes person. I started the Speaking Podcast during the pandemic last year. I just wanted to use my voice to create conversations or curate conversations to inspire change. As we know, there was so much going on in the world, and we just needed to talk about it. We talked about everything from relationships to education to what's going on with COVID, you name it. So what's important to our community, meaning the African American community, we discussed it. We try to do it in a way that helps people to move forward, to feel better, to be stronger, to be empowered. So we're here again tonight. Our first Winesgiving was last year, and it was a small gathering, and we're here, and it looks like it's growing. So everybody looks beautiful. Welcome. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce CARISSA, the owner of Pur Noire, which is so beautiful. Black Girl Magic. She is the owner of this brand, and she's here in Houston, and she is going to do this wonderful wine presentation and education for us tonight. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, ladies. I appreciate that. Again, my name is Clarrisa Stephens. I'm founder owner of Pur Noire Wines. We are an urban winery based in Houston with our wines vented and bottled in Napa Valley and surrounding areas. All of our juice hails from Napa Valley. We're bottled there. And we recently became a licensed Texas winery, allowing us to really submerge and give back to our local community. I'm a native Houstonian myself. Where are my native Houstonians at? We're few and far between. We're few and far between, so shout out. But we're actually opening downtown Houston's first Black-owned winery this month. Thank you. This month, and it has been a journey. So if y'all see me, I'm here with y'all every step of the way. When you taste the Pur collection, you're observing the bottles. You're gonna notice that all of our labels are different. In addition to these three, we're adding 5 more varietals, which will be available at our urban winery in downtown Houston. But we're gonna focus on these 3 tonight. So the tasting notes, would anybody like to try Pur Elevation? It's a Pinot Gris Sauv Blanc blend. So it is a crisp, light, refreshing white wine. It pairs really nicely with fish. I love it with a shrimp Alfredo pasta. It's really good. It's crisp. It kind of cleanses the palate. Pure Euphoria. My customers have nicknamed this one the Patio Pounder, which I think is cute. But Patio Pounder because it's so approachable. It's so easy to drink. None of the wines in the Pur collection are really sweet wines. We intentionally keep our residual sugars at bay. We feel like, as vintners, good wine doesn't need to be masked with sugar. And so we really let the fruit speak for itself. Strong flavor profiles, complexity, longer finishes, especially when we're talking about the red and the rosé. And then Pure Epiphany. Now, my true connoisseurs and red wine lovers, this is their favorite, Epiphany, because of its complexity, because of its finish, its depth, its structure. So it's a 5 varietal red blend, and we have based the blend with Petit Syrah, as well as GSM, so Grenache Syrah Mourvedre, and it's just a touch of Petit Verdot. So those varietals blended proprietarily and aged for 18 months in French oak, as I mentioned, and then it continues to age and bottle after the oak. So the oak imparts this lovely, subtle black pepper and a touch of vanilla on the end, but it's very fruit forward. One thing that's important is I do want to mention the 5 S's of wine tasting. Does anybody enjoy the 5 S's when you're tasting wine? So the 5 S's of wine tasting, we see what's in our glass, we swirl, that's the second S, because when you swirl, you want to open up that wine. What that does allows the oxygen to impart on the wine, opening it up or aerating it, and that opens up the aromatics.
The question I have is, from a consistency standpoint of the vintage years, do you find it to be consistent? Considering like the growing conditions of grapes in Napa, do you find that to affect your wines as each vintage year happens?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that question. You're dialed in because anything in nature is unpredictable. Mother Nature is unpredictable. I mean, and we've seen so much in just the past few years. And so everything from an uncharacteristically hot year to an uncharacteristically dry year will change the fruit.
Yes. Are all of your wines made in a wood barrel?
They are not. They are not. So our lighter varietals are not oaked. There's over 1,300 different grape varietals. There's a multitude of ways to age them or not, to oak them or not. You can age a wine in oak, in steel, in concrete. Literally, in almost anything, right? Like back in the day, people were doing a little garage wine. It's just like, it's as long as it's fermenting, then it's essentially aging. However, we do not age our white or our rosé.
So it's 11/11, which is very special to me, having this on this day is perfect. All pandemic long, I saw 11/11. Like I have so many screenshots on my phone. 11/11 is a sign that means God is with you. It's just one of those things. Some people call them angel numbers, but it just essentially means you're supported. God is with you. And with everything that has been going on, it's important for us to be grounded in some kind of way, whatever you believe in terms of whatever you would call the supreme being. I call supreme being God. God has been with us, and that's something that we can all give thanks for. And we're here during this time, and the theme was, be you, queen. Yes, thank you. More, please. And we know that gratitude opens the door for us to receive more. And with that said, if you've looked in your swag bags, I see you with your homework, Aisha. We gave you a journal, and it's blank. I believe in clean slates. So if you open up your swag, you go in there, and you have some tokens that represent this theme to affirm us, to empower us, and ultimately to help us to grow and manifest all that we were created to be and do all that we were created to do. So you can take a look. You can use those to motivate you. Those are journal prompts. And we're going to go around because, I like to talk, right? It's speak it, honey. We have the power to create and destroy with our words. And you know what? Let's choose to create. And we're going to do that a little bit tonight. So in the first page of your journal, you'll see a little insert. It's a gratitude card. And it has yes, I say yes to. It has the gratitude portion, and it has the I need or I want more of. So if you would just take a second, put your hand on your heart. If you just need a moment and just kind of tap in and get centered and just write it. You don't have to think too much, but what do you want? What does your soul want? What does your soul need? And as we go into a new year, we're closing out this year. We want to be brave. We want to be bold. And we want to say yes. We know that we are supported. We know that God is with us. And with that said, what are you saying yes to? Okay, ladies, we're calling this segment Queen's Court. We're going to hold court. And really, we're just having conversation. This is just real talk, right? This is an atmosphere for us to be supportive. Again, chat it up. Let's hear those affirmations. We're going to pass the crown because, as we know,
Real queens are able to be strong, to rise above, and the way they rule, it's in a supportive manner, and the way they carry themselves. Anytime you see any movie with the queen and how she carries herself, it's just a certain way and a certain essence about this woman. But what I feel is that a queen is not afraid to share her power, to share energy with other people. I feel like we're in a space in time where there's so much noise from social media and just in the world, where sometimes as women we feel like we're in competition, and I feel like we're our only competition. So we're going to take this time to share what's going on with us, what it is that we want in our lives, what it is that we need. And we're going to pass the crown and the microphone too, honey, because we need to be able to hear you, okay? So we're going to start with Aisha. So we're going to pass the crown and the microphone. So first, read your affirmation, and then one of the random. So pull a random one out. Let's hear what your affirmation card said.
Stop calling it a dream, start calling it a plan. And that really spoke to me because I am a Pisces and I love to dream all day, daydream, blah, blah, blah. Everything's a dream. But planning is literally the hardest thing for me. And the back of it says, do a visualization exercise. Imagine yourself living the dream. Add as much vivid detail as possible. What do you feel, see, smell, and hear? Make it real in your head. And so a fun dream that is very possible and easy would be to go to Paris and as a honeymoon trip, because I got married 2020 in February 29th, 2020.
Congrats.
To my longtime life partner. We've been together since the 90s. And I got in my head I was like, oh, we should get married leap year, 2020. This is before pandemic and the pandemic. And so when it was like, okay. And so we just did it at the courthouse and all this stuff. And because everybody was like, oh, when did I get married? Blah, blah, blah. And so it was like, whatever, we're just going to do it because that's me. But I don't plan. Like, I have a dream of doing all it, but I don't plan. So it was literally 2 weeks. We planned. We were like, hey, let's go to the courthouse on leap day. And then I was like, oh, our wedding is only our anniversary is every 4 years. So it's easy.
It's very easy.
You don't have to worry about it. I don't think about it.
Well, congratulations. I honestly thought that you all were already married.
And that was part of it.
Yeah.
That wasn't even part of it. It was really, I think I wanted the date. Like, I wanted a special date, and everything was past 10-10, 20-10. Like, I was like, oh, February, leap day 2020. And the week before, and then my birthday's the next week, and then the pandemic happened.
Wow.
Within that week.
So timing was right.
Yes. But the dream is to go to Paris for our first year anniversary, which would be the 4 years.
Okay. So then with that said, are you saying yes to Paris then?
I'm saying yes to Paris.
Okay.
I'm saying yes to fun. I'm saying yes to beauty, creativity, more money. I'm saying yes to all the things. So
yes to all the things. All right. Well, pass the crown.
I'm gonna put the crown in my lap.
Go right ahead.
Okay, so my card says, if your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. Think about your biggest dream. Now imagine you scaled it 10 times. What does that look and feel like now? So I was fortunate enough to, during COVID, to launch a few side gigs.
A few. Okay.
A few.
Okay.
They all complement one another. I am in the wine industry as well, in cigar space. So I have quite a few things going on. I do work for corporate America. So I just feel like I'm pulled in 1,001 directions all the time. But if I think about my passion and I think about this dreams, I think I'm starting to put more focus on making that what it needs to be instead of making corporate America a priority all the time. So I'm learning how to do that. That's a process. So yeah, this card was great. I mean, it says I will say yes to pursue my passion. I'm grateful for my support system who constantly encourages me to keep pushing forward. And this last one, it says I need more of, I need, and I start actually underline need more of discipline to stay focused on my priorities and fulfilling my vision.
Extend your hands towards Brandon. No, I was playing. But really, I understand. No, I feel that. Yes, the discipline and support.
It gets hard.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, and you got to balance life and work and everything in between, right? So,
yes.
Staying on focus is hard.
Put your business out there. What's the business? Is it something that we can support?
Yeah. So, in about 90 days, my private line will be launched. B. McBeth Cellars. I'm going to be launching about 3 wines as well. I'm in the process of tasting wine every week, perfecting it. That's what she was touching on, some of the stuff that I'm kind of going through right now. I'm with my graphic designer on the labels. So it's a bit, but I'm excited about it because I know at some point it'll be done and ready.
Congratulations in advance. It's already done. All right. So pass the crown.
Okay, so my card says you are amazing. Own it. Ask the important people in your life how they see you. What are 5 things they value most about you? So that's my task of what I need to do. And so for the 3 points, I wrote, yes, I say yes to doing more for me, accepting the things I can't change, letting things happen as it may. My thank you, I am grateful for life, my support circle, and just being. And the 3rd point, more please. I want or need more time because I'm always busy. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm always busy. Seems like. And I put confidence because everyone always says I have all these skills, and I'm like, no, I don't. What are y'all talking about?
And you do. Very talented.
And so just more confidence, I guess, to build my own brand. I help others build their brand and not focus on me because I don't see me as being spotlight material. I always see myself as behind the scenes material to build other people, if that makes sense.
So your card was on point. Your affirmation was on point.
Yes.
Very much. So maybe, people say sometimes you have to say no to make room for your yeses. So like you talked about being busy all the time. So, okay, we support you.
So my card says,
Hold the mic.
you are the CEO of your life. Hire, fire, and promote accordingly. And
that's a whole word.
Reads, take charge of your relationships. Who are the most inspiring people in your life? Write down 5 names and schedule a meeting or power lunch with them.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. And my 3 points. I will say yes to the will of God. 2, I am grateful for family, love, my fiance, health, and my career. And point number 3, I want or need more of vacations, time for self, and retirement funds.
Hey, and go ahead and tell them about your business. I forgot. Pass it back. Tell them about your business, please.
I am a practice owner, Bella Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, and we are about to embark on year 5. It's definitely been a blessing. It definitely gets all of me, and yeah, but I'm grateful for my business and my patients. Yeah, we have grown and are continuing to grow.
Yes. And was your card spot on?
My card was spot on, I feel like.
Okay. Shay, baby.
So my card says, you dream, you believe, you receive. And on the back, it says, what are 5 things you're grateful for today? If it includes people, let them know how you feel. And For me, I would say I don't really see it as like dreaming it. For me, I kind of tap into it and say that it's more of a spirit talking to me. And as I got older, is being able to hear and listen to the spirit and knowing that if this is coming to me, then I need to listen. And then I've learned when I listen, then that's when things fall into place and that's when things go according to God's will. So that kind of goes into what the different 3 pointers it says. I will say yes to new opportunities, stepping outside of my box. I'm grateful for my health, family, spiritual growth, and peace of mind. And that's kind of that's been my new saying. It's like protecting my peace, protecting my blood pressure. So that's what I'm sticking with. What brings me to the next one is genuine relationships, getting to a point where, and not completely there yet, but getting to the point of being okay with being who I am and being unapologetically me. And for those that is just not a connection, for those who have thoughts or preconceived notions about me just because of whatever, I'm okay with just letting them roll with that.
Whatever you think.
Whatever you think, roll with it. And I need more time for me. Just self-care and just me time with 2 young kids is really, 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 really hard. So I want to start doing something, whether it's quarterly or whatever, just to have more time for me.
Amen. Your business, I'm just like, and if you have a business or something, please let us know what you're doing because I feel like there's so much power in this room. It's amazing.
Yes, so hubby and I, we have a mobile car detailing service, Wash and Go mobile service. So you just go on our website, you can select your date, your time, your location, and we have someone that comes out to you. Everything is done through our website. So www.washandgomobileservice.com. Check us out.
Pass the crown.
My affirmations
Hold the mic.
are: own who you are, dreams only work when you do. I am saying yes to myself, and I'm grateful for the time and opportunity to get things right. And I am also grateful of just the mindset to let go of my original plans and be open to what is purpose.
Amen.
And I don't know, I need to see the world with someone I love.
Ooh. Okay, that was a declaration. And she has a book coming. We're going to put it out there. We're putting it out there. We say yes to the book.
Yes, I'm saying yes to my published book for next year.
Yes.
So mine says, don't talk, act. Don't explain, show. Don't promise, prove. And the other says, don't stop until you're proud. So I recently, like so many others here, was in corporate America. Around last September, that ended for me, but it was actually a blessing in disguise. Just kind of had some time to tap into myself and realize that I was running 1,000 miles a minute, doing everything for everybody else, being everything to everybody else except for myself. And so it gave me the opportunity to explore a dream that I had, which was to become a day trader. And so that is what I am. That is
Hello. Wait a minute.
That is what I do. And so
You need to teach us a class. Okay.
got you. And so you know, my husband, parents, everyone, they're super proud of me, but I have not accepted like, ooh, girl, you're doing this. But you know, when the money comes in, I'm like, hey, but I'm so hard on myself. I'm super duper critical of myself. So that until you're proud, that really, really struck because, you know, it's something that I'm doing. And so I'm working on to be proud.
So yours was on point too.
It was.
Yes.
It was.
So you have to meet Chelsea. Chelsea is fearless. You're not going to talk, but she is fearless with the trading and all of that because we all jumped into learning about stocks and everything. This girl right here is fearless. Love it. Yes. Inspirational.
Mine says, don't wait for opportunity created. Don't wait for opportunity created. The back says, you know what you want in life. You know which opportunities you need. You know they don't always come when you need them. Brainstorm ways you can create opportunities for yourself by yourself. This is affirmation for me today alone. So for the last month, I've been working on, I'm in corporate America as well, in the healthcare industry. And I came across a job within my career that would bring me to a whole nother level. I didn't know how I was going to get it. I didn't know, you go on LinkedIn and you see these things and you're fighting against 500 other people. And so you're thinking, okay, I'll just do it and see what happens. But to this point, sometimes you got to make an opportunity for yourself. You can call me a stalker. I'm not really sure, but I've never really used LinkedIn the way most people do. I bought the premium package and I started just this is my dream job with my dream company and healthcare organization. It's one of the biggest organizations in the country. And I just didn't know how to get my foot in the door. I started searching for the recruiters for that company. And I took about 10 of them and I just threw my resume out there. Within the first 5, I caught a bite. And with that bite, she moved me up straight to the top of it. So I had my second interview just today. And this was kind of affirmation for me. And so I'm claiming that. I believe in prayer and manifestation. And so this was just a even bigger sign for me with that. I took my own chance and I put myself out there and it worked for me doing so. Never did that before. I was afraid, but I told my husband, I got to do this. Like, this is me all over it. And I know what this position can do for me in my career, where I want to go. And so I just needed my foot in that door, and to be able to do that and be up there with top 2 people was amazing for me. And so again, I'm claiming it.
Yes.
But this was truly affirmation for me today.
Ooh.
I will say yes to growth, family, God, and letting it go. I just wrote that down just from what you said, because just with family and friends, we tend to hold on to things too long. Life is really, really short, and I just don't have time for it. And so I rather love on the people. I think the pandemic taught me a lot about that. Appreciating family and the closeness of it. I want to say this because my family is here. I love my cousins over there. So just so that they know that. But just to put that out there, even with friends, mending relationships with friends, whether they accepted it or not. I love you. You cannot love me, but it is okay. But just moving on with life because it's just too short.
That's true. That's power in itself.
So, yeah.
Ooh, thank you. God is with us. Yes, thank you. More, please.
Thank you. Oh, y'all. Oh, my affirmations say coffee in one hand, confidence in the other, and stay golden. It's been a heck of a 2 years for me, and I just want y'all to focus on my praise, not the pity part, but my praise. So I lost my job March 19th of 2020 after working in HR and staffing for 15 years. My mother had a massive stroke on March 21st, 2020, and I began to be her full-time caregiver as she could no longer walk, speak,
feed herself. So 2 years now, I have been her full-time caregiver. I have not been employed. I have just put myself right there with the cross that he gave me to bear. But I want to tell you how God can just bring things full circle, because you could just be complaining. You could be, Lord, why me? But he could just do some things with you, just mature you and grow you in such a way. And that is what he has done for me these past 2 years. I mean, some things I needed my mother to say, some hugs I didn't get, some things I needed from her, she just was able to give to me, because she couldn't even do anything but embrace me and depend on me. And so I'm just here today to say that I said yes to the cross that he gave me to bear, and I'm just such a better woman because of that today. And I am currently looking for employment, but I'm only going to accept the opportunities that are going to allow me to still do what I need to do for my family. Because I've heard a couple people say about corporate, and they will suck you dry. You got to give them an explanation of when you need to take off. Say somebody died, they only give you a couple days to grieve, and I know that my new life is not going to look like that. So I'm just thankful for his continuous alignment, and that I'm always where I need to be at the right time. Just thankful for this extra time with my mother. And I'm just thankful for him choosing me. I can't even be upset at my siblings that have not stepped up I've just dropped some of that weight off of me. And I wrote this tonight for you guys. I'm a poet, and I haven't performed in a long time, but this year has really given me a lot of material, So this is what I'm saying yes to. I am saying yes to the miraculous. I'm opening up with open arms. Yes to my feet, my hands, my smile, my spirit in every room, at every table, countertop, in every elevator, in each lane of traffic, late but on time, invited, inspired, uplifted, elevated. I am always where I am supposed to be, when I am supposed to be. And I am saying yes to that. I am saying yes to things I am resistant to accept, because the truth is the truth and the facts are the facts. And I am undoubtedly saying yes to that. I am saying yes to the blooming and blossoming and acceleration, elevation of my gifts, making room for me in front of audiences, and exposing the very authentic, genuine realness of who I am, natural and not an act, laid bare with no masks. And I am saying yes to that. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, that's like the Winesgiving mantra. Okay. What? Okay, somebody has something to say.
It's amazing that you can just open the door for what it is you're trying to do. Yeah. That gift right there. So whenever you see postings for open mic or one time this and that, you're gonna go to that, and someone's gonna see you, and that's gonna provide your income that you're looking for. It's kind of rough. I'll give you the information. That's amazing that you can sit there and just mention.
Right.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah, we ready to run now.
I just wrote
Yeah.
We really
Correct.
need to do this like wow. Your first thing is gonna be to start a book of poems and get it published.
Blooming and blossoming, put it on its cup.
Hey, speak a word. Okay. $11.
All right. All right.
Say yes to that.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
So, Danielle, my affirmation card is be stronger than your excuses. Start from your least favorite task first thing in the morning to fight procrastination and excuses. You'll feel great for the rest of the day. And my card is I'll say yes to being vulnerable and open to sharing. And I'm grateful for health and compassion. And what I need more of, or what I want, is to have real conversations, real heartfelt conversations with others and to connect. So to piggyback on that, you're like what I want to be. To be so open and vulnerable and sharing, you know, that's powerful. You know, I think that a lot of people, me specifically, will say, you know, there's a lot going on and you don't share it so no one knows. And if no one knows, they don't know. And, you know, you can't fault them for how they treat you or how they act because they don't know what's going on. So sharing that is wonderful and truly an inspiration to me. So I'm thankful that I followed that. I think it's all purposeful. Like, that was wonderful. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, I'm like, whew. Okay, we're going to shift over to these ladies. Are y'all ready over here? Wow, I know. I'm just like, while we're doing that, we're gonna let this sink in. That's what I'm feeling like. We just need to let this moment sink in, and then we'll start up. But we'll start with you when we start back. But let it sink in. Just put your hands on your heart and just connect with everything that's been said and shared so far. Like you said, it's on purpose, and that's just how God works in my life specifically. Like, there are no accidents, and he always connects me with the right people at the right time in those right moments in the right spaces. So just breathe. Okay. You ready?
My name is Demetra, and my card says, "You're killing it." I've accomplished a lot in my life. I would say that. What's your superpower? What's the thing you're really great at? Figure it out and use it mindfully for the rest of the day. I don't know if I have a superpower, but if I look at "you're killing it," I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 20 plus years. But actually, I now work operational. So I'm behind the scenes. I work for Medicaid. My cousin is in healthcare. So I kind of share some of her goals she's trying to achieve, because I'm currently probably in some of the positions she's striving for. It is corporate America. It is up and down. There's positions that they don't want us to have. There's positions that I shy away from because I don't want the corporate America. And I mean, it is what it is, but you know, I want peace. And so if I look at the card, it says, I will say yes to love, peace, consistency. Most of the time, corporate America isn't consistent. There's change after change. I am grateful for family, life, and friends. And I want or need more for me is happiness. This was great. I've never experienced this. I'm getting a little. I've heard a lot of similar stories, relationships, moving forward. Nobody's by themselves. We have the same stories. So this was a good space. And I appreciated listening to all the stories because maybe I needed to hear it. Maybe we all needed to hear it.
and then I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna change the mood. So I have some traders in here. I've been on crypto. I've been on E-Trade. Look, I've been on Robinhood.
Right.
Look, I've been on Robinhood. I need to understand these call and puts. Hello? Can I understand these call and puts? Thank you.
Wow. How do I follow up this stuff? First of all, before I get started, I wanted to thank you, Shulie, for having this again, because I was here last year and it was just as magical. Just as magical. I was getting ready to go to Ghana for 2 months and on a solo trip. And I went and I took that rose quartz. The rose quartz.
That rose quartz.
First of all, her swag bags are always great, but that rose quartz. And my affirmations then were just like focusing on love. And it was friendship love, family love, romance. Looked up and I'm booed up. And I'm like, Shulie, the running joke for last year was like, it's that rose quartz. It's the rose quartz. But like, it's just the intentions that everyone had in the room. Like you said, and everyone was on one accord. And this is powerful in the energy. I'm real big on energy. And I'm just so grateful for Shulie. So thank you for putting this together again. Like I said, can we do this quarterly? Because oftentimes there's a lot of these type of events, and I'm like, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But like, this is just totally different. But anyway, so I'm gonna start with my card.
Take your crown.
I'm gonna start with the card, and mine says, practice unconditional kindness towards everyone you interact with today. You never know what they're going through. And on here, I wrote, do it with grace. For 2021, and that has literally been my focus, was I just want to do it with grace, because in my family, I'm given a lot. And if I'm going to do it anyway, I might as well do it with grace. And so that's what I've been focusing on. And this was just a reminder to do it with grace. Right?
That's good.
So that's on that. I will say yes to organization, love, adventure, and travel. The organization is key for me. I can kind of do everything else, but that organization piece, I feel like if I was way more organized, I would have been a millionaire by now. It's just that I don't get it.
I feel you.
I'm almost there. And so thank you. I'm grateful for love again. Creativity, family, friends, money, a sound mind, supportive friends, and Winesgiving. I'm very big on supportive friends because if you guys had the popcorn that's in there, that's my company. I started in 2013. This month we have like 28,000 bags to do. And so Shulie texted me. She was like, I know you're busy. I was like, but I'm going to be there because it's Shulie. And Shulie always orders. Like Shulie, so my friends are so supportive. That's how I was able to quit my job in 2014 to sell popcorn full time. Like, because of supportive people, we often hear, oh, people are hating. I'm like, well, that's not my experience. Hasn't been my experience. We're in corporate, I was a corporate recruiter. I dip in and out. And at the level that we are in our careers, we're managers, so we have those corporate cards. So my friends literally are buying for employee appreciation. Might not be their direct money, but those are supportive friends in those positions that we're in. So I'm so grateful for that, because it allows me to be in, popcorn has put me in spaces that I don't know if I would have been able to be in, because it's a party favor, but then my personality allows them to also send an invite. Right? It's here. And it's like she orders it like, oh, I need this for my event as well, but are you coming also? So I'm so super grateful for
and bring your sister.
And bring your sister. My sister gets to go like with me all the time. I'm always dragging my sister. But I want more of money, love, romance. And Shulie kind of touched on it a little bit, but in 2015 when I moved into the warehouse, my mom, she's a musician and she's like Naomi, been up to Popcorn and Poetry. I have an event called Popcorn and Poetry. So my family is very rhythmic and we're always close. We work together. And you touched on it a bit about being in the right spaces. And again, this is the right space. And I want to leave you guys with this. My family, my money, my business mantra. I say this every time I embark on a new project, like this project, I got to meet these deadlines. These people don't pay for this popcorn, I got to get it, right? And the power flashed at the warehouse today. I'm like, wait a minute, like, what am I gonna do? But the mantra is that I share, I say to myself all the time in the mornings, and anytime I walk into the warehouse space, I say, all whole, all complete, nothing missing, nothing broken, right people, right place, right time, right checks. And it's the WRITE checks, those type of
Right checks.
So I'd like to leave that with you guys. And again, thank you for having us, Shulie.
You're so welcome. Case kettle corn. That is the popcorn.
Hi. I am long-winded, so I will do my best to be short and sweet. But I do feel like these were targeted at us. I really do. I'm looking at you and Amy. Hi, for those who I haven't met, I'm Shannon. And my cards, the theme of them are self-made. Anyone who knows me knows that I am a very driven person. My card says, I see it, I want it, I align and work hard until I own it. I am clear on what I want and why I want it. That is the theme of my life. If I see it, I want it, and I do what I have to do in order to make it happen. My other card says, what are 5 achievements that I am most proud of in that space? First off, I am proud of my children. I have 2 of the most amazing human beings on the planet. And I'm so grateful that God has blessed me with them. And I'm proud of my educational and career achievements. I used to be in corporate America. And as of August 2021, I'm not there right now. And I'm okay with that. I have gone on a journey that God has carried me on to where I'm constantly going. I'm constantly the only person in the room that looks like me and always doubted. But then I'm always the first person they call when they need something, and it does my heart good to hear that y'all know what I'm talking about. Because you experienced too. I've listened to a lot of the stories and things that y'all have said, and it's right along. We are not alone. We are in this together. And as I've grown, this is another thing that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to see how God has moved in my life. I'm glad that I'm able to see that, because there's so many people that I come across who don't recognize the beautiful things that he does in our lives, small and big. And constantly I'm moving, doing. And sometimes he just tells me to stop, be still, be still and know that I am God, and
word.
so, and that's what you have to do. You just have to stop and be still. And he works it all out. And I thank him for being able to recognize that and how he moves in my life, because there is nothing that I could do that could have been accomplished without his hand on it. Absolutely. Shulie was at my housewarming a week or so ago. I just moved into a 4,200 square foot house. I'm unemployed. Nothing but God. Nothing but God. I'm at a point in and it's not to brag, but it's to give a testimony to where he can make anything possible. Today, and which was a reason why I was running late, I signed a contract to be to be a consultant for a corporate company, not going through another organization, not me, my company, to where I have to say so if I want the job or not. I didn't even know I wanted that, but I stayed still. And, when I first got laid off, I was talking with Shulie, and I had other intentions. I had other plans that I was preparing for. I had no idea I was going to go in this direction to do a consulting company and things like that. So I have my first contract, and I feel honored and blessed to be able to do that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so I just pray that, if it be his will, that it just opens the door for many more things to come. I'm also grateful and most proud of what I've learned to choose me. I have been a person to where anybody needs it, they know Shannon will do it. They know I am the go-to person. And a lot of times that means I get the short end of the stick, a lot of the times. And so I've learned that it's okay to choose me. And my last thing, which goes along with that, is I've grown to be okay with saying no. Because everyone expects, Shannon to do it, Shannon to do it, Shannon. Sometimes Shannon just don't have the energy to do it. Sometimes Shannon shouldn't be doing it and things. And so right. But being such a person, like a helper person, always wanting to help, always want to be that person to lend a hand, it was often hard for me to say no. But I've learned that I need to say no sometimes for me, and also sometimes for that other person, is what I've learned. And I thank God for being able to live this long, to be able to come to this epiphany or this clarification point in life, to be able to recognize those things. I got laid off my first time that I've ever dealt with a RIF was in 2001, right after 9/11. I got laid off. I was 25. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But when it happened now in 2021, I said, okay, all right. Let's see where this goes.
Let's see.
And that's growth. That's God. It's like I wasn't nervous like I was the last time. I was, it's like I wasn't stressed out about it. And I feel really good about where he's leading me. I don't know what it is, and I'm okay with that and things. And sometimes we just got to be okay, just, walking by faith and not by sight.
That's a word.
And, going forth and doing it. So, like I said, I could be long-winded, but I felt I wanted to give a testimony, because there's just been so much that God has done in my life that has just been amazing. And I think the best thing is being able to recognize that, giving him honor for that and glory, and just being able to share that with other people who are like-minded, to know that anything is possible with him.
Ashe. No. Don't apologize. That's it. Was there anybody else? We're good? Okay, so we're good. Okay. Yes. Look, I absolutely love the timekeepers. They were like, okay, this is good. This has been an amazing space to share. One thing I will say, and I'm hearing all of this, and one thing besides the 11:11 and God letting me know that he has, that God is with me and continues, right? But when things didn't work out, and to everybody that's going through or just living life, evolving and figuring things out, and what I just kept hearing is that if you know that everything works together for your good, that's word, then know that everything is working together for your good. Like, that's just that. And the God just reminds me of that. So even on the toughest days, I'm just reminded that no matter what, it might not work out the way that I wanted it to, but it will always work out for my good. And I say that to all of you ladies. And that's what I'm hearing for the theme, whether it's you're finding your new place in life, your job, launching businesses, or coming into you, that is all God. And it's amazing. And I'm so thankful for this group of ladies. And there are no accidents, and everybody is here for a reason, for this moment.
Yes, there is a spirit of direct connect. And Shannon and Tina both spoke on it. So there will be no middleman in whatever you're trying to do. There's a direct
on, word. Direct connect. I receive it. Okay. Okay. All right. So, well. No, one thing about Amy is know it, okay? If she said it, know it. There's a look that she gets that I know. That's the vessel. And Danny did it. I'm just thankful for this environment where we could be free and God could just flow and the spirit moves. And as we get ready to, look, I feel like I'm in church. As we get ready to leave this place, but never from his presence. Do you hear me? But just know, I'm thankful for you all for coming out, the new ladies that I've met and encountered here tonight just for this brief moment. I'm just thankful. Winesgiving, somebody said, we should do this like quarterly. We should do this every month. But just this opportunity to connect was just very beautiful. The other word that I learned that really helped to launch me into, or really understand, I'm a speech pathologist, voice therapist by day, and God is transitioning me. I'm saying this here. I don't know where he's gonna take me. I don't know if I'm leaving the voice world, whatever. But ashe, it's a West African term, which is like an amen, right? It's the power. We have the power to speak a thing into existence. And so as we get ready to leave here tonight, everything that was spoken was so beautiful. It was so powerful. The connections and the energy here. That's all I have left to say is ashe.